Welcome back to another exciting episode of Atlanta Unplugged. I'm your host, Steve Paul, and today we have another heater for y'all, another banger for y'all, another guest bringing that flame to y'all right here, right next to me. Obanga, what's up? What's happening?
Going on? Bang, bang. I'm good, man. How you?
I'm doing great, man, and appreciate you coming on the platform and everything, you know, bringing your gifts and your talents and all that.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's get it started, man. So you're an artist. What would you say? What type of artist you are?
I'm a very eclectic artist. I come from a Caribbean background. I grew up in the Bronx, and I'm also a musician. So I love like creating different types of music. I would say my music is more melodious, more so than hip hop or rap.
Right.
But, you know, hip hop and rap is going in a melodic kind of realm right now. So
right.
I pretty much do all types of music.
Okay. And what got you started?
So I've always been a lover of music.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing the drums in my church when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
And then probably like about 16, 17 in high school, I started making beats, producing from then. And I was like, man, this is something that I want to do. And then shortly after that, from learning beats, I wanted to learn every aspect of music, how to create it, how to write it, how to make the final product to get it to everybody or to the radio stations and stuff like that. So then I got into engineering and started songwriting for artists in my neighborhood in the Bronx and stuff like that. And then I'm like, man, I could just be an artist myself as well, because a lot of people that I was doing stuff for at the time were just like doing it for fun.
Right,
and I'm like, I'm really trying to make a career out of music. So that's pretty much how I started becoming an artist. But prior to that, I was behind the scenes of other artists.
Dope. So you not only are the rapper, the singer, but you actually make the music too.
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, so you were Kanye West.
Times 10.
Times 10. Because you write your own.
Because I could write, and not only that, I'm actually a musician. I play the drums, keyboard, bass, guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot more to offer. And Kanye is dope. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
Kanye's dope.
Say, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And Kanye does write bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he does do his thing and everything.
I'm just saying I'm a one-man band. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Anything you need to do music-wise, you could come to me and get everything done.
Right. Okay. So what was your inspiration?
My inspiration growing up was music on a whole. Like, I can't even say that there was a particular artist or stuff like that. Growing up back home, we have this genre called bouillon music, and they would be like bands playing in certain events and stuff like that. And my parents used to take me to functions and political events and stuff, and I used to get lost, and they would know exactly where to find me. Like, I'll be standing right next to the stage, right where the musicians are. Right. So good music just drew me every time I heard it. And my inspiration was just wanting to be like the greatness that I've heard, or wanting to create that type of music. That was my biggest inspiration, honestly.
Right. So you said that, you know, they took you to events, and some of them would be political events and everything. Yeah. Did you get into that as far as your music and everything, speaking on political topics or what's going on in the world?
No, because I wasn't. My mother was a politician back home, and I didn't like politics. I didn't like what you had to do, what it made you become, the time that it consumed, you know, the corruption that's involved with that.
Real cutthroat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I never liked politics. I leave that for like the politicians. I have my views on life and stuff like that, and that I would give my points on. But as far as like politics, I don't get involved.
Yeah, you know, politics. You know, politicians. I mean, there's politics and everything, but in certain politics, man, they could be worse than, you know, gangbanging.
Gangbanging for real, like, for real. Like, I feel like politicians and the police force is the biggest gangs.
Yeah, they are. You know what I mean? The government is the biggest gang. You know
I agree. I'm gonna agree with that for sure.
Yeah, man. So what are some of your experiences growing up and everything? Because I'm pretty sure you put your experiences in your music, right?
Yeah, definitely. I put my experiences in my music. When I came up here, I was 15.
And that's you coming 15 to New York.
To New York, to the United States as well. From a little island called Dominica. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in Dominica.
And where exactly is Dominica at?
So for those who don't know, Dominica is a small island, Caribbean island. It's right in between Martinique and Guadeloupe. I don't know if you heard of those islands.
Guadeloupe.
So those are two French countries.
Am I right? Guadalupe, or is that Guadeloupe?
People say Guadeloupe, but it's
Guadeloupe?
it's the same.
Okay,
It's the same
okay,
island.
yeah, okay.
So there are two French countries. We're smack in the middle of those. We speak Creole and some French as well.
Creole, shout out to
yeah.
Creole. You know, I
Yeah.
got that Creole blood in me too.
Okay.
We're coming from the New Orleans side. You know
Okay,
what
so
I'm
yeah,
saying?
y'all definitely have that. A lot of Haitians in New Orleans.
Right.
So yeah, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, all these other islands are not too far
Right.
from there. So I'm from that country, and I came there. I came to the United States when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess because of my bullying, because you know people like bullying new kids, you know, especially when you're from another island. I quickly got involved in the gang life.
Okay.
Not to say to defend myself, but it's just something that I seen a lot of, and I was like, okay, y'all not gonna bully me, so I'm gonna defend myself, and I got these dudes who's gonna defend me too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
shortly after, I just got caught up in a lot of things because I didn't really have a lot of direction as to what to do here or what's what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole new world.
Was it just your family that came over? Did you have
So I had family here. My grandparents were here. My uncles, everything. But I came here by myself.
Okay.
I was sent up here by myself to stay with my grandparents and stuff. So there was no like direction. It was just like, okay, you're here, whatever you need, blah blah blah. But no one was telling me, okay, this is how the streets are. This is how the schools are. This is how the kids are. You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole different world.
What's
new world.
the difference between there and the States?
So back home, the kids are more. Even if you have gangsters, they're respectful. Like we don't play with the teachers. We be cutting up and doing a whole bunch of bullshit. And as soon as the teacher come in, everybody's like this.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, miss.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Up here is like niggas don't got no respect for nothing. For nothing. Not for the teachers. Not like dudes is cursing the teachers and shit like that. So I see shit like that. I'm like, y'all could do that?
Did you think
like,
that that's how it was going to be before you came?
No,
Did you think?
not at all. Like, again, I didn't know what to expect, but definitely was not expecting that. I'm like, man, you a kid, you going to stay in the kid's place. We going to do shit to each other, disrespect each other or whatever. But when it comes to adults or teachers or whatever, we going to have respect because, nigga, you going to get in trouble. But, like, niggas did not know what trouble meant.
Right.
Like, they was just like, bro, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So, and then again, like I said, I started getting picked on in school and a lot of stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool. One thing I know that these dudes up here, they be having guns and shit, so all right, cool, I got you. I'm gonna get mine too. You know what I'm saying? And I went that route, and within being here in 6 months, I went down a rabbit hole of just street shit.
6 months.
Like 6 months of being here. Like, I went down a rabbit hole just like of like gang shit, like
What
real
part
crazy
of,
shit.
What part of New York?
The Bronx.
The Bronx. Okay.
Yeah, the Bronx. Yeah, like within 6 months of being here, I got locked up for a gun. That was my first locked up at 16, and then I got kicked out of school, and then I went to mass second opportunity little programs before they like placed me while I was going through court, and like going through those little schools, I met other freaking bad kids that got kicked out of their school for like bullshit, and I'm just like, oh, this is what it is. All right, cool. So now I got to be on guard with everything. You know what I'm saying? And I just looked at life like that. And it wasn't until that case was done that I was kind of settled in the program, and then the teachers and the counselors noticed my talent, that they had a piano band. I just started playing, and the teacher was like, oh, my God, you're talented. Why don't you do this and whatever? And then they put me in this other music program and started nurturing that. And then my friends was rapping, and I was like, man, I can make you a beat or whatever. And just from there, just started being like, okay, I could do this music shit.
So your music started in the States. You wasn't doing music in
Yeah, I was playing drums for church back home. I was playing drums, and we had a gospel band, me and my little friends. We were like 10 years old.
Were y'all receiving the rap content over there? Like you could still tune in and listen to what?
Oh yeah, there was BT. There was shit. When G Unit came out, nigga, they had a whole G Unit gang back home. Like
for real?
Yeah, like that. And they was serious. Like Christmas time, because Christmas time the city is always full with people and shopping and stuff. Like niggas would have legit brawls. This gang is G Unit, and then you got the local gangs in like Like they took rap serious. DMX, when DMX was hot, everybody wanted the dog.
Okay.
Everybody wanted the dog. Everybody had a dog. Everybody was like, everybody was a pit bull. You know
Everybody, hey, yo, hey, what's happening?
Yeah, everybody had that. Like, hip hop was definitely huge. Back home though, I was not huge on hip hop. I was more with the cultural music, like I said, Buyo, Sukus, Kadans, reggae.
So, Boyo, that's the first time.
Buyo?
Buyo.
Yeah.
That's the first time I'm hearing about it. Explain a little bit
about
that.
So Buyo is French for a mixture. So like they have a food, some food they call bouillon. It's like a mixture of potatoes and exactly like a gumbo, right? Yeah, so it's like a Creole word for a mix up. Mm-hmm. So bouillon is a mix up of kandas, which is French music, zouk, also French music, soca, which I don't know if you heard of soca. That's like the whole of Caribbean from Trinidad and all the other small islands.
So y'all speak French?
We speak Creole.
Creole.
Yeah, Creole is broken French.
Oh, it's broken French.
Yeah, it's like an Atlanta person speaking English, but it's like, hey, bro, what you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like broken. Yeah. It's broken French.
Right, with slang and
with slangs in it, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, man.
So I was more into like cultural music and stuff like that. Until I came up here, then I really started getting into, like, I listened to hip hop and stuff, but when I came to the States, I started getting into hip hop from like listening to now I'm around rappers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, now I gotta cater to what's going on. Learn these beats, try to make. I started making beats up here, just remaking every hit from 50 Cent, Beyonce, every hit that was on the radio. I used to remake those beats.
Okay.
To like try to remake them to the T.
Right. Now, did you gravitate to East Coast feel, West Coast, South? What type of feel?
Yeah, it was definitely East Coast feel back then, because East Coast still had the wave. New York still had the wave, and so it was definitely an East Coast feel. I was inspired by the Heat Makers at the time. He was producing for a lot of Dipset stuff. I actually had a song on Dipset's Family Ties project because one of my friends were one of their producers as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in 2004, 5, one of those years.
You had a song.
Production
on that. Okay.
Yeah.
What song was it?
Family Ties.
Family Ties.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's one of the
project was named Family Ties too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
I produced that with my homeboy Schizo, and he produced Get 'Em Girls and a lot of other stuff for them.
Who'd you look up to growing up, as far as in the hip hop game? Like, who was you liking? Like your go-to artist?
I was a Dipset head.
Dipset.
I was Joel Santana was my guy. I used to listen to a lot of Joel's, a lot of Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Major hitters, man.
Funny enough, dope, Cameron too, with Dipset, but yeah.
Yeah, Cameron's spitter.
Yeah, he is spitter. Even if he had the like funny flow, the kind of nursery rhyme kind of flow, but he was saying some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I like Cam.
Yeah. So so when would you say that you took your art seriously and you put out your first project?
I put out my first project when I was 17 with friends of mine from Dominica. We made a Caribbean album. So I was 17 when we put out. My dad made a studio for me in our crib in the basement that we were renting, and he asked the landlord for like a piece of it. He had storage down there for a piece of it to build a studio for me, because I kept on getting in trouble. After that first joint, I kept on getting in trouble, getting locked up. Yeah. And my excuse was always, I'm on the way to the studio or from the studio.
Right.
He asked me, what you was doing out there? I was like, bro, I was going to the studio. I was on my way from the studio. So they're like, you know what? We're going to build your studio right here.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool.
Hey, shout outs to Pops for, looking out for the son. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's dope.
I appreciate. I can never forget that.
So you both of your parents supported you?
Yeah, my mom bought me the speakers and stuff. My pops, he's an architect, and he does home renovation and stuff like. So he built me that from scratch.
That's dope.
They both definitely supported that, especially my dad.
Yeah,
he really supports entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
because he's been working for himself his whole life as well. So he definitely supports that.
That's dope. So who have you worked with in your career and everything, your music career?
I have worked with Jennifer Lopez as an engineer.
Oh wow.
I have toured with Lil' Kim as an engineer, as a sound engineer.
Okay.
I told you Dipset. I've worked with Busy Signal. He's a big Jamaican artist. I've worked with a lot of major soca artists. If you haven't heard of soca, I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah,
Definitely. A lot of major soca artists. I've worked with Safari as an engineer. Chinese Kitty. Who else? Can't think on the top of my head. I'm being put on the spot.
Have you ever wrote for any artists or anything?
I haven't wrote, but mostly produce and engineer. But I haven't wrote for any other artists. Again, because my music is more melodic and singing wise, and I've been like more around rappers. So I haven't like found the right person that I feel like could execute these records how I would execute them.
Right.
And even a lot of people tell me that too. They be like, "Don't sell that record. Don't give that record away. Don't do it." Like even I'd be like, "Man, what about Chris Brown?" They'd be like, "Yeah, Chris Brown sounds good, but he's not gonna sound like you." Like, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I haven't placed like any songs like I have written yet. But produce and engineer, I've done a lot of work.
Yeah, it looked like you really been grinding and everything, and keeping yourself in the mix and all that.
For sure.
What would you say is the highlight of your career in that? What was your highlight? Like, what would be the song that stands out the most that you gravitate to the most?
My song?
Out of your songs, yeah.
Dead Ass. I don't know if you heard that.
Dead Ass.
Yeah. Okay. That's like my biggest record.
Okay.
And I dropped that in like 2017. That was like my first serious release, like as an artist, as a like hip hop or rap artist or R&B artist, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And I did that record because again, I was going hard for everybody else, but I didn't feel like they reciprocated that and went to the next level. Because I'm like, bro, I could play the producer role. I don't got to be a star. I could play the producer role. I could play the engineer role. I could play the writer role. I could sit in the back seat.
Right.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go and make it work. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't happening. So I did Dead Ass. And it's even crazy, too. This friend of mine, he's an A&R now for Sony ATV. He was a rapper. So he came to my crib and I made a beat. He wanted the beat. I made a beat. He didn't want the beat. He wasn't jacking it. I don't know why. Whatever. So I always had this concept in my head. I'm gonna do a song called Dead Ass because everybody be using the lingos, the lingos and making song. I said, all right,
Dead
cool.
Ass.
Yeah.
Now when I say that, you know what I'm saying? I need all the honey dips. You know what I'm saying? From New York. You know what I'm saying? Dead
city.
Ass. You better hit me up in my DM.
Yeah. They might know the song too. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna do the song called Dead Ass. So he didn't want the beat. As soon as he left, I started vibing to it, like trying to come up with the concept of how I'm gonna do the song. Man, I recorded this song and did this video, bro. The song, fake. And people to this day still tell me, like, bro, this is still the song that gotta break you. You know what I'm saying? It has the most views for me, like over 10,000 views on YouTube or whatever. Okay. And man, when I dropped that record, bro, I was stepping outside of stores and cars used to be driving by, bumping that shit, like filled with females and shit, like bumping that. I'm like, I had to call my man. It's like, yo, bro.
You like, you dead ass?
Bro, like, niggas is lit. Yeah. You got to listen to the record. Like, you will listen to the record. And even when I performed it at different events and stuff, that would be like, everybody would be saying dead ass for the, like, they forgot that they say dead ass. Like, they would be saying that for the rest of the night.
How does the chorus go?
Bruising down the plains in my bag. Uptown girls be bad. Her friend, she a joint, but she tread ass. She like, you serious? Bitch, I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. Everything I say, I be dead ass. I ain't got it from, bitch, I'm dead ass. So hop up in the trunk, girl, I'm dead ass. And the vibe of the beat got like a real New York kind of hardcore vibe to it, but still trippy. Man, that record, it was live. Every time I performed that shit,
I feel like I did hear that track. You know what I mean? I don't know if because I heard Dead Ass so many times. You know what I mean? But I feel like because that's, you know, you saying it a cappella is riding, is rolling.
Yeah,
so
it's rolling,
yeah. So you independent, or you
I'm signed
to
I have a record label, a record company. I'm signed to my own record company.
Your own record company?
Yeah. I'm signed on paper.
So does that make you independent? Or
it makes me independent.
You signed to your own.
Yep, it's mine. So
tell us about your company, man.
So I own Red Coat Music Group. It's pretty much a label. I have one artist, JL the Zeitgeist, and myself.
I ain't heard that name. I heard that name.
Probably have.
Yeah.
Probably have.
Yeah.
And pretty much we're working on building authentic fans and followers. Like I said, I do everything from production, songwriting, engineering, so I got like a powerhouse. So really just trying to have ownership to our music while putting out music. When we go out there, we don't have to beg or ask for anybody, so we're trying to work on concepts and ways that we could bring income to push our own music.
Right.
So yeah, and pretty much record is my business. I'm an entrepreneur. Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur for years. So pretty much that's like my business.
That's dope. So what do you look for in an artist when it comes to the business side? What do you look for if somebody were to come and wanted to, see about signing to your company? What?
Authenticity.
Okay.
Something fresh, something new, something that's gonna wow me. Like, oh my God, this person. I could hear this person out there, and the world will eat it up. You know what I'm saying? Something fresh.
Yeah.
And also, and somebody that's hungry. I've worked with a lot of talented people, like especially in the Bronx. It's crazy. There's a lot of talent, but they lack work ethic.
Right.
They lack hunger.
That's true. That's
like
true.
they feel like because they're nice, and I suffered from that when I was growing up. I just feel like I'm nice. Somebody got to see me and put me on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just have that complacent attitude that don't take them further. So I feel like the game is what they say, 10% talent and 90% business.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people in this day and time had that entitlement type.
Yeah.
Posture. They feel like somebody's just supposed to give them.
Yeah.
The platform.
No. And then you don't want that. You don't want somebody to just give you, because now you're gonna owe them. Now they own you in a certain sense. You want to have things for yourself. You want to build something for yourself. Even if you start using your own money and your own things, so at least you could own your masters.
Right,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
now, as you being an artist, are you focusing on yourself and your other artists first to really get it going first, and then you're going to collect on, or is if they hot, they hot. Yeah.
I'm focused on myself more so a lot these days, because I know how my job is, and I know how hard I'm gonna go with the music. So I'm really focused on myself more than anything else. But I'm also open to working with other artists and stuff. Like recently, I just got inspired again, which he always inspires me. But every time he does something, he inspires me by DJ Khaled.
Oh, yeah.
I really just got inspired again as a producer. Like, okay, I could create a beat or create a concept and grab this artist and grab this artist and grab this artist and say, okay, y'all are both dope in y'all realm. Let's put something together. Let's shoot the video and let's go hard with that record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I recently got inspired again. Like, okay, I could do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's dope. So what do you have coming up in the future as far as you as an artist? Do you have any shows coming up? You have did you drop an EP or anything like that?
I don't have any shows coming up because I'm COVID scared. So I'm not gonna meet anybody's event all crazy. However, I do have records planned out for the rest of the year that I'm gonna release. They're already recorded, they're already mixed and stuff. We're just shooting videos now. For them. So every 2 months I'm dropping. So June, August, September, every 2 months for the rest of the year. I have records that are going to be releasing. I'm not going to work on an EP as yet. I really just want to target people with individual songs and really take the time to promote those songs, like feed it into people and not just give them a whole bunch of stuff as yet. So I feel like it's an easier way to brand yourself and to target artists if you just put out singles, because when you really look at it, like, who's gonna really listen to a project if you're nobody? You're probably gonna get like a couple of 100.
That's what Atlanta Unplugged is for. You know what I'm saying? We try to find, the diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
Yeah, man. You never know who's listening.
You never know, right?
So, and that's where you're going to find the originality, the authenticity and everything is when, you go and search and find, So you never know, man. But everybody has their strategies and their ways that they want to come up and all that. So you never know, man. Life is. What is that Drake song that came out? Let's see what's going to happen next, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I feel like once you stay consistent with it, something is gonna happen. Something is gonna come from it.
Right.
It don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a living testimony. People thought I was gonna make it when I was 18. They'd be like, bro, how come you ain't make it yet? I don't got the answer to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything right. I done been around a lot of major stars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still grinding. I could say like I made it in a certain sense because I have my own business. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally paying my bills off of music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could say that I made it, but there's definitely a high level that I want to achieve as well.
And let's go. So now you're here in the A.
Now I'm here in Atlanta. Yep.
Yeah. So what are you looking to achieve coming to the A and everything?
I just want to bring a breath of fresh air as in terms of music and vibe. I know there's a lot of trap and a lot of different things going on. I just want to create music. Good music, good feel of music, connect with great people. Also, I'm looking to build my studio in our facility called Red Coat Retreat. We're working on that right now. Pretty much is a one-stop shop for artists. We're gonna have video building, studio, podcast area, all of that stuff. And even like an outside area where artists could just like zen and write.
Outside area is really the smoking area, the green.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where artists could just like create.
The backwoods area, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Take you to the upper room.
I'm gonna try to build a waterfall back there like.
In a different way though.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, welcome to the A, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. And I appreciate you for definitely having me. I remember the first time seeing you guys on Instagram. I'm like, man, they look like they're doing something good. I need to follow and lock in because this is definitely something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, much respect, man. Much respect. And we like to, spotlight artists such as yourself and everything. Now, is there anybody that you're looking forward to working with while you're in the A?
Yeah, there's a couple of people. There's the Migos. I feel like they're so dope. I want to get in with them. There's this Jamaican artist named Spice who lives here.
Okay.
You know Spice? She's on Love and Hip Hop.
No, I haven't tuned in.
Yeah.
My team over there, they know Spice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to link up with her. And honestly, anybody who's willing to work, honestly, that's talented. Mm-hmm. I know I've noticed a lot of people are kind of bougie down there once they got a little bit of clout. Like you can't talk to them, you can't say nothing. That's cool. I'm gonna leave that alone. But the people who are genuine and receive me as I receive them, will make greatness.
Oh yeah, those that will connect. You know what I mean? And we say you never know what's going to be that next.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
That's why your name is Obanga.
Yes.
Now, where you get the name?
I got the name from the streets. Nah, it definitely came from the streets, but I just tell people now, man, that's from making a lot of fan beats over the years. A lot of people tell me that's where the name comes from, so I was just like, yeah, that's where it came from. Yo, how you got that name? From making all those banging beats? I'm like, yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh, you got that banger. You know what I'm saying?
They always say that. Man. They always say that.
Dead ass.
They always say that. Even if you listen to Dead Ass, like it's a banger, like till this day, it's really a banger. And I definitely stick to making hit. People say you don't know what a hit is until it's a hit.
Yeah.
When you hear the music that I do, you be like, nah, this shit's a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely try to stick to making hit sound records.
Yeah.
And records that could appeal to a wide variety of people.
That's dope. So, if you could share with the audience, whatever you have on your chest, it could be your music, it could be anything in the world, that you would want, people that are tuning in, listening right now, what would you want to share with them?
One thing I definitely want to share is whatever, and I know it might sound cliche, whatever you want to do or you have or you put your mind to, it's possible. You understand what I'm saying? I told myself that I was going to be the biggest producer, engineer by the time I was 5, or I mean in 5 years, right? From 18. And I was definitely that. I might not be to the world, but I was definitely that. I started making a living off of just producing and engineering. I wanted to be a cinematographer. I started studying that, and I have that as a business as well. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you put your mind to, the research is there. Don't limit yourself. Don't depend on nobody else to do it for you. Go look into the research. Once you have that passion, it's going to happen. It might not happen overnight, but once you stick with it, it will definitely come to pass.
That's what's up. Give a shout out to whoever you want to give a shout out to, and let the people know how they can find you, tap into you, and all that good stuff.
Man, I want to give a shout out to, first of all, my wife. She's over there, my little baby. That's my number one supporter with my music, with my business and everything. They're definitely my number one supporters. My artist, Zeitgeist, my best friend, B. Morgan, my brothers, my fam, my pops. You know what I'm saying, for always motivating me. He's the one who really put me down here. He was trying to get me down here for the longest. He was like, man, son, this is Black Hollywood. You come down here, man. You need to come down here. So shout out to Pops, man. And shout out to everybody who genuinely supports me from day one.
Yeah. How can they find you?
And y'all can find me on social media at Obanga Music, OBANGAMUZIK, on all social media you can find me.
Well, y'all heard it. Man, y'all need to tap in, tune in, and check his music out. He performed here on the stage and everything. Check that out. Definitely leave a comment. Let us know how y'all feel about his music and everything, if y'all vibing to it or not. Let us know in the comments. And man, this is Atlanta Unplugged. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. It's all good in the hood. I'm Steve Paul, and we are out.
Bang, bang.
Peace.